Our Collision 2017 coverage is proudly powered by Monster Products. Find the headphones and speakers that match your style at PLUGHITZlive.com/monster.
Yeah, but...
So our next guest is here. Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. I'm doing real well.
That's good.
It's been a long day, but it's been good. It's been real good so far.
That's good to hear. So go ahead and introduce yourself for us.
My name is Jay Falora. I am the co-founder of a social media app called IceBr8kr.
Right.
That's spelled IceBr8kr.
Okay.
That way people can find it easier. So what it is actually is it's an app that monitors a 100-yard bubble around you at all times. So imagine you're walking into a room or an area that you walk into and you say, hey, that person over there looks kind of interesting to talk to. I wouldn't mind getting to know that particular person. What's the hardest part about having to go do that? Actually walking up and saying, hey, how's it going? Because it's just awkward. You know, it doesn't matter how old we get or how, you know, whatever. It's just, you know, should I go talk to them?
Even
or
for an extrovert.
Exactly.
It's a little awkward and unpleasant to have to...
Because it's a new person. You know nothing about them.
You can scare them off.
You don't know where to start.
Not only that, you're not even sure if they want you to go over there and say anything to them, even if you may want to go over and talk to them or whatever. So that's always the fear of that, you know. So what our app does is it monitors that 100-yard bubble while you're around them, and then you are able to send them a message via the app and break the ice. So hence the name IceBr8kr, obviously.
Okay.
And there's a lot of cool features with it, too. So let's say me and you are talking in the apps. We volley back and forth. Hey, how you doing? So forth. The app will only allow a certain amount of conversations back and forth between each other because we're actually trying to get people to stop looking at their phones like
and
this
actually
having human interaction.
So turn off the screen and look somebody in the eye.
Absolutely, absolutely. So what happens then is that the app will time you out, and then all of a sudden you'll be timed out for an hour. So it's up to you at that point. You got to either go talk to them or walk away or whatever if you still can't.
And that would still be awkward.
Well, yeah, at that point.
To walk away after the timeout.
Because at that point the timer comes on, you're like, oh man, it's 60 minutes. I can't talk them via the app anymore for another 60 minutes.
Right.
So we're trying to encourage actual social interaction between people. There's some other cool features that we made on the app. So, for example, you know, let me back up. So once you go out of the 100-yard bubble, I can't talk to you anymore. Okay. Then all of a sudden...
So it's only by proximity.
Exactly. We like to say it's a real-time, in-line-of-sight interaction. We're socializing social media is what we're trying to do.
Which explains... So I'm looking at screenshots of your app right now. And the first thing that happens when you get to the screenshot page, there's a dialogue that says Moxie is back in Radius.
Absolutely.
So that is somebody re-entering the bubble.
Well, what's nice about that is you have the choice to have that option, that notification be sent to you. So if you and I are talking and we didn't finish our conversation and you left, then, oh, well, crap, I have no way of talking to her. She's gone. She's out of my 100-yard bubble. But if we ever re-enter into the same 100-yard bubble again, you're going to get a push notification that, hey, Jay is back in Radius. You can continue your conversation.
That's cool.
But you can turn that off. So in the message section, it actually will say active or closed. If you keep the message active when you guys get in the 100-yard bubble, then you get notification. If you don't, it closes it out. So user
and so it's
preference.
It's conversation based.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I can get notified about you and not about her.
Absolutely. You know, exactly. So
why would you do that?
Well, and you have to admit too, who wants to keep pulling out their phone, by the way, and looking to see, hey, is there somebody else on the app that I can talk to? So what we did do is anytime that the coefficient goes from 0 to greater than 0, you're just going to get a push notification that states, hey, there are other ICE users in your radius. You can now use the app if you want to.
Got it.
And then we have some other stuff on there too.
And so you get a notification.
It'd be like
and
one
you say,
notification.
Okay. And then it goes to 2 people, and then 18 people. You won't get
And
another
you just have
notification.
the one.
Exactly.
But then you get down to 0, and then it goes back to 1.
You're going to get the notification again. Because then that way, like I said, we don't want our users to keep pulling out their phone every 5 minutes just to see.
Because the whole point is to put the phone away.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly. So to be able to do that.
Totally makes sense.
I'm a little bit curious about the not the back end, but so you get the app and you create a profile, right?
Yeah, it's very clean though, so you don't really need to do much right now for the way the app is developed. You just can log in by either Facebook or adding your credentials in there, and boom, you're ready to go.
So you have your name out there, and you have your picture?
That's it. Yep.
Okay, so that way someone can see a face to the name,
Absolutely.
and then can find you, and also have a face to the name to the person.
Absolutely,
okay,
absolutely.
So that makes more sense. All right.
And then we also have a map section on our app where you can see other users, whether they're on the app or not. Now, with maps, sometimes it inherently becomes uncomfortable for certain people, admittedly. So we put 3 levels, we call them 3 tiers of comfort levels. You can put your pin on the map if you want to. You don't have to.
Okay.
If you can also put your pin on the map and remain anonymous. It'll stay gray. There's no identifying markers for that pin is you.
Okay.
And then
there's somebody here.
Yeah.
That's I see that one on this screenshot.
I like that.
And then there's a third option where you can actually identify yourself with the pin. Now, when
face in a bubble.
Yeah, face in a bubble, absolutely. But the nice thing about identifying yourself with a pin is that if you move more than a quarter mile, that pin will automatically go back to gray. So it's not going to stay on constantly in case you forget that you've left your pin identification on and now you've moved around to several different locations and maybe you didn't want to identify with the pin anymore. So you, quote unquote, will turn your pin on wherever you may want to turn it on or not turn it on. So we're getting a lot of positive feedback, actually. And
I would imagine so.
One of the best places that we're getting positive feedback is the university levels. Incoming freshmen are extremely awkward.
I was actually pretty interested because I am a sophomore or just finished my sophomore year.
Oh, okay.
In college, so.
Okay.
I started thinking about it like that.
Like Friday.
Yeah, as of Friday. I am now a junior. Yeah, and I know there's an application out right now. It's called like Yik Yak.
Yeah,
and it's an anonymous, just flat out.
Yep.
They tried to make it like Twitter for a while. It was really weird, but it doesn't really promote conversation.
And it's university based, is what I understand. Most universities are the ones that are using Yik Yak, from what I understand.
Yeah, and since it's anonymous, sometimes you can be rude. You can just say bad things on that. But I like this idea because it's like actual proximity based. You can talk to someone if you want to. And then how long until it times out again?
Well, you have basically 8 volleys. So you can say 8 things to me, I can say 8 things to you, and then it'll time out for an hour.
Okay.
But we also have, other stuff in there. You can block people if something happens so that they can't contact you anymore. You can mute them.
Some people suck.
Yeah, you got to have that feature in there because that's for sure. But we were talking to RAs a lot, and they were saying, the college students would be in their rooms and they'd be on Instagram or Facebook or Snapchat or whatever, doing all those things, and then they would go to their RA and say, well, I don't have anyone to eat dinner with. What should I do? Type of thing. They don't have that interaction, and so now a couple universities have decided, hey, we'll give that as part of our admission package. Whereas the incoming freshmen come in, then they can start using this. But I mean, that's just one aspect.
It's interesting.
I like that
you say that because I had a friend who was like the human version of this.
Okay.
Like he was the person who would just go up, like in a class, just turn around and start talking to somebody. Like he was the human version of this, and he created friends and friend groups in classes and outside of classes, and he died about a year ago, and I thought about something like this because it was like so appropriate.
Well, exactly. You're exactly right. But there's not a lot of people like that. That's sort of a special person that is able to do something like that. Most of us are just like, biting our nails. Should we go talk to that person?
Like I said, it's for introverts and extroverts because some extroverts are like, I don't want to come up to this person and scare them off, or I don't. And I go to a university. It's a new university, but it's a technical university.
Okay.
So a lot of people are introverted.
Right.
So there's an extra level of awkward at it.
Yeah. And I'm an extrovert.
University.
And I'm an extrovert, so it's kind of like it's hard for me to also make friends because of that aspect. Even though I'm not the one without the social awkwardness, but it's there in between.
And the nice thing about it is that that's a great use for the university. What another great use is we're getting asked by smaller conference levels to use it for their networking purposes at the actual conference because people want to make sure they talk to certain people when they go to the actual conference.
For networking,
I was literally looking around this room going, I can see another use case for it.
Definitely.
Absolutely. And we put out the minimum viable product right now. We
Sure.
have about 30 to 35 user updates that we want to do for user experience.
Okay.
But, obviously we want to gain a little traction,
Yeah.
and get user feedback and then start
and
adding.
bubbles bumping.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
yeah.
And then start having people use it more, and then we'll start adding cool stuff that we got in plan for it.
I can
so.
definitely see universities and conferences and different places promoting this because.
And what's also kind of
Absolutely.
cool is that we've been approached by a few cities for their public events
Okay.
when they put that on as
Yeah,
well.
I can see that too.
where they want to be able to.
Jazz Fest.
Well, yeah, not
There
only
you
that,
go.
like some
Find
of
a
this,
common interest.
like in our local city, they have like maybe beer fest or
Yeah.
we have a popcorn fest or whatever. They said they want to use that sort of.
There's a popcorn
There's a
fest.
popcorn
Where is
fest.
that
From
at?
where?
Valparaiso, Indiana. There's a
need to go to Popcorn
Orville
Fest.
Redenbacher was actually from there. So
Got it.
they have a popcorn fest, and they said, hey, this would be fantastic for the community to just get to know each other by using this app at these functions as well. So we're hoping to get our 8 as like the logo so that we can just put the 8 somewhere, and then everybody's going to know, hey,
Yeah.
this is an icebreaker
I love this.
event. I
This is
appreciate
great.
it. I appreciate it.
Be interesting to figure out how to get that to be easily readable by like a scanner, so
Okay.
that somebody could put their phone at it and it would go, oh, I know what that is. That's
Right.
take you to the app.
And right now we're both in
do that.
iOS and Google Play right now, both stores. So we are.
So it's out now.
It's out. We just launched March 17th. So
It's just out now.
yeah, exactly. But we're gaining some good traction. In fact, one of the newspapers wanted to write a big article on us in
Awesome.
Indianapolis. So we were blessed and privileged
I
for
think
that.
I'll spread it around my school. I think.
Yeah,
I
please
think
do.
I think it would be helpful for my school in particular.
And so the app is free.
Absolutely, 100% free. 100% free.
So from I would like to know that this is going to be around in 6 months
Right.
perspective.
Right.
Where is the revenue model for this?
We actually have 2 or 3 different revenue models that we have in mind.
Okay.
One of the more intriguing ones that I think that we can do is captive marketing, audience marketing. So imagine yourself as in Target, and we'll give Target the ability to make a profile on IceBr8kr. So
Sure.
you're already shopping in Target. Now, if you break the ice with Target, you're that specific ice user, you're going to get only the coupons or the sales that ice will allow you to see. And you've already got them in the store.
Yeah.
And they're already there buying something. Now you can sell them something else
Sure.
by breaking the ice with
That's
Target.
a great idea.
So that's
It's
one of the
it's like a non-intrusive beacon.
absolutely, because you're already there anyway.
That's one of the things
and
that
if
bothers
you
me
use
about
the app
the
there,
beacons.
and it also promotes using the app for the.
Absolutely. So it's
grows
like
the
one.
user
It's
base.
Yeah.
exactly,
that's a-
exactly. So
Because I could be at Target and I can be getting a coupon or getting a new deal,
See
and then
somebody in the bubble.
and then someone could be like, "Wait, what is that?
Oh,
How did
there's
you get
that
that
too.
deal?
Mhm.
I need this," and they get it there.
well, and it's also as users learn, they learn they have to go into Target to get that deal. So and then they have to get on our app to get that deal. So it's win-win all the way around
like
for
it.
that. And like
It's
I
a
said,
really
we
good
have
idea.
about 30 to 35 updates that we're just itching to put out. But we're taking one step at a
Uh-huh.
time.
Yeah.
We're all
Absolutely.
bootstrap
You're
funded.
getting really excited.
yeah, we're bootstrap funded. So we're taking
So-
things as we go.
So are you here as an alpha hoping to entice?
Well, that
Some
would be
investment?
fantastic. But honestly, we came here in the hopes of getting exposure and a little bit of validation, I'll be honest, which we're getting quite a bit of both, which is fantastic.
And people have been downloading the app
Yes,
while they're here.
yes. We've
I'm gonna
got,
do
we've
it
got.
after the air.
I was going to
Appreciate
say
it.
Off the air. That'll be
I appreciate it. Yeah, download the app,
Something to
IceBr8kr. But we did get hit up by a VC about a week or two ago and said, hey, we want to sit down with you. So that was a really cool surprise. So
that'll help put
we'll
out
see how it goes.
potentially help put out some of those 35 updates you're
yeah,
thinking
yeah,
about.
yeah, absolutely. Because every time I come up with an idea, first thing I do is I call my brother. Here's what we got to do. I just came up with an elegant solution to this, and he's like, "Come on, man, just stop. We got to keep this moving."
Yeah.
One other feature that's actually, I already talked about it. I'm sorry, the push notification from Zero to, apologize. So yeah.
that's
So
It's an important feature, and it's an important feature to you. So it makes sense that you'd bring it up again. I got it.
yeah. So it's been fun. It's been trying. It's been It's been going on for 2 years, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah. We got into this not really knowing a whole lot about the industry, to be honest. But we decided to start this, and here we are. So it's been awesome. Awesome.
Very cool. Well, I like the branding.
Thank you.
I like the concept. This is good.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm a bit of a branding snob, so.
Are you? So to get your approval is.
I get mad at branding pretty easily.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people do it poorly.
Okay. We actually put out several videos with it too, which has been really helpful. It's in our booth that we have them playing in a loop. We hired a marketing company to do several videos that really gather the concept of the app, and how it can be used in different, places. Like one of them is at the university. One of the video is the girl is sitting by herself studying calculus, and then there's a group of people to her left studying calculus. She notices one of the guys. She said, "Hey, are you in Calc 290?" And he gets the message on the app. He said, "Yeah, come over and study." So then she comes over and studies. And
I like that.
Just say hello. That's the
nice.
hashtag,
That would be another thing that now I'm in your shoes, like adding things. Like you can say, you can add like what you're doing right now.
Right.
To the little bubble.
Yeah, exactly. And there's several things like that we're thinking about
That's so
doing
cool.
to add.
I like that.
I appreciate it. Add user experience. So it's going well.
So if people want more information about the app, how can they do that?
We've got 2 different places. You can go to a Facebook page. It's just IceBr8kr, IceBr8kr. And then we also have a website, IceBr8kr.com. So you can go to both of them. And we also have a Twitter handle, IceBr8krNow, N-O-W.
Somebody already had it.
Yeah. I was surprised we got the .com, to be honest with you. So you can go to either of those places. They can message us on Facebook. They can send us a tweet. However you want, like our page. We appreciate any likes that anybody does. And any ideas or any partnerships or whatever, we're always open to listen to people because this is actually about getting people together. So
right.
Socializing people.
Absolutely. Well, fantastic. We're gonna go interact with this in just a few minutes.
I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Well, thanks for taking the time to come talk to us today.
No problem. Thank you.
Have a good rest of your show.
This is the kind of thing that happens when you interact in person.
And then now you're scaring him off. He's leaving now.
No, I'll get on the app later and I'll say hello. Don't worry about it.
Nice.
We'll have a good rest of the week.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.